Try not to move. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I think I'm actually late. Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good night, good night, good night. What's going on, everybody? Greetings and good night. How is everybody? What's going on? What's going on? I hope everyone is well. Fluffy Chick 74, what's going on? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fred G89 __, welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. I hope everybody is good. I hope everyone is well. Wherever you are, I hope the weather is treating you kindly and that your day wasn't too long or too stressful. So, we're going to wait a couple of minutes for some people to join in. June OG, I am well, thank you. How are you? Can do easy. What's up? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Doobie the Prince, greetings and good nights. I hope everybody is good. Hello, 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 hello. Hopefully y'all can hear me properly. I'm always concerned that my mic doesn't work, so hopefully y'all can hear me. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes for some other people to join in, and then we're going to talk about house rules, and we're going to talk about the topics. So tonight the topics are my dating pet peeves, which should be interesting because I had somebody grill me earlier about it, and yeah, and then the other topic is how do you determine that somebody is dating you because they're really genuinely interested in you or they're interested in the benefits of dating you. Barbara Grind, what's up? Fred G89, thank you for letting me know that the audio is loud and clear. Doobie the Prince, you said my name right? No, whatever. I'm a little bit smart. Old biker, old _ biker. What's going on? What's going on? Jose, I don't know how to pronounce the last part of your IG name, but greetings, welcome, 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 welcome. And then there's also a question that I wanted to ask the audience about being able to control the emotion of love, the way that you're able to control, like you have anger management classes, or there's things that you can do to control your anxiety. There's things that you can do to control other emotions. Yeah, sort of a question around that. Planet 85, greetings. What's going on? Nice to see you. Welcome, 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 welcome. So we're going to give it 2 more minutes and then we're going to get started with the discussion. So again, for anyone who's just joining in, the discussion topics tonight are talking about how do you determine whether or not a person is genuinely interested in dating you or dating you for the benefits of dating you. And then we're also going to talk about AJ's pet peeves for dating. So BBW Fat Loving Guy, Angie Young, what's going on? What's going on? BBW Fat Loving Guy, I am well, thank you. How are you? I don't accept chat requests from people that I don't know. I also don't get into discussions about my physical anatomy, my breasts, my ass, my arms, my underarm hair, or any of that other stuff. And if you continue, I'm going to eject you from my live. So, you have a choice to be an adult and behave and join in the discussion, or you can continue to try to sexualize the conversation, in which case you're just going to get blocked. So you can determine how this goes. Every week we have to go through this. I don't understand why. I am feeling much better. As you can hear, I still sound a little bit congested, so I still have like the residual effects of a sinus infection. But outside of that, I am feeling, I would say 95% better. But thank you for asking. So I don't know what you guys want to start with. Kiara J. Monet, thank you very much. Yeah, this was my like vacation, the vacation hair. Because I started off with like a dark color, but I was like, you know what, Jamaica's too hot to be like in dark hair. It needs like a blonde. It needs like a, something festive. Yeah, it's festive. June OG, guess what I am talking about? Yes. peeves. I don't know what that means. Okay. So, we'll start off with something really easy. We'll talk about AJ's dating pet peeves. And of course, I am AJ. So my business manager, before we get started, I want to send a shout out to my business manager. I love her dearly. She had a major surgery today. That's why I was silent for most of the day, and I put up a black post saying that I was just taking some quiet time in honor of her. The surgery went well and everything is great, and she's in recovery, and I am eternally grateful and thankful for that because I was a little bit worried throughout the day. So yeah, just want to say that really quickly. But she has told me that at some point I need to I don't know, talk about like things that are personal to me and in terms of relationships or things that I like and whatever. So I have decided oh, okay. I've decided that I was going to talk about my pet peeves when dating. In case anyone's interested in dating me, I am single. I don't know if that's like a sabotage in saying that out loud, because it's never something that I readily own to or sort of admit out loud. S. Marie, that's me. What, my sister, my good friend. Big up yourself. What's going on, honey? So yeah, I normally don't talk about my personal life in that kind of way, or like my dating life or anything like that. But I've decided that I'm going to talk about my dating pet peeves in the event that you feel like you're interested in dating me or getting to know me, because I think that there's this misconception going on that I have a man or I'm in a relationship with somebody, and I found that out recently just before I went to Jamaica. But anyhow, so dating pet peeve number one. I don't like people who are super clingy, because I'm not a super clingy person. I'm an affectionate person. I'm a warm and loving and caring person, but I'm not like that kind of latchy girl that like wants to be with you or up underneath you all the time. Franken Zinwa, I'm hoping I said that right. Thank you very much for the compliment. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, I'm not a super duper clingy, latchy kind of person. It's really funny because one of my girlfriends always tells me that I operate like a guy because I'm just very, I'm very abrupt with my emotions. But like for me, I don't mess around with the balance of like, if we're just cool and we're just kicking it, but we're not in anything emotional, I don't have that overlap. Even if we have sex and it's really good sex, I'm not that girl that like carries my feelings in my vagina, where if we have really good sex, now I want you to be my boyfriend. I'm not her. I'm not wired that way for whatever reason. But I'm emotionally open, but I'm not a clingy person. Like you'll never have me calling you like 5 and 20 times a day, or asking you like all the time, where are you? Or, you know, saying things to you like, oh, don't go out with your friends, hang out with me. Like if we're just in the dating stages, and even if we're in a committed relationship, that's just not me. But that's a personal pet peeve of mine when I'm with somebody and they're super clingy. Like they don't want me to go out anywhere without them. You know, if I am out, they're calling like 5 and 20 times to check up to see how things are going. I was talking to this guy not too long ago, and I said to him, I'm going out with a group of friends, like for dinner. And he's like, oh, well, where are you guys going? And what are you going to order? And then like halfway through dinner, he messaged me. He's like, oh, hey, how's dinner going? I bet you're having a really great time with your friends. That kind of shit to me is just weird. Weird. Ah, boy. YZMN.AH. I'm actually just going to block you because, yeah. Your comment. Ah, boy. Yeah, so you're gone. Thanks for stopping in. Anyhow, I don't know who he is, but he's asking me to see my whatever naked. We're not doing that no time in life. I don't know you from nowhere, sir. Go ask your girl for show you our breast them. Thanks. Fzone _. What's going? Mercy Lamborghini. Mercy. I always think of that one song. What's up, Mercy, darling? Nice to see you. Okay, so I don't like clinginess. That is my pet peeve number one. Pet peeve number two, if we get to a stage of kissing, I don't like sloppy, slobbering, wet kisses, because I feel like a dog is licking my mouth. I know that sounds disrespectful, and I'm not even trying to be, but it's like, I don't like kisses that feel like they're trying to swallow my whole mouth. Like, Yeah, Planet 85. You saw the comment, right? I had to, I wasn't even gonna go back and forth and say to him to be respectful. From you start off that way, and that's another dating pet peeve. Like if I'm just getting to know you and your only concern is my breast, my ass, my pussy, seeing me naked, that's gonna last a hot second, and then I'm just gonna like fling you to the wayside because it's just I can't deal with it. I hear, and I receive and I appreciate the compliments and, talking about my physicality and all that sort of stuff. But if you haven't guessed by now, I'm a lot deeper than that. And so you trying to engage me in a completely sexualized conversation, honestly, I will be that bitch that will fuck you and never talk to you again and have you sucking your thumb in somebody's corner, feeling some type of way. If that's the way that you want to come at me, that's the way that I'm going to deal with you. Okay, but anyhow. So back to kissing. AJ pet peeve number 2, kissing. I don't like slobbering wet kisses. I like aggressive kisses, but I don't like a whole lot of, stuff all over my face. Jamaica 876. Angie Young, like real talk. Like real talk. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it, honestly. Sorry. Boy. Okay. AJ's dating pet peeve number 3. Okay. I like PDA. I like public displays of affection, right? And again, I know for some people it makes them uncomfortable, and it's not something that has to be like super over the top where we're tonguing down each other in public and all that kind of stuff. But at the very least, I expect hand holding. I expect for you to, like, as a gentleman, whether you're a thug gentleman or you're a hood gentleman or like a regular gentleman, for you to put out your arms so I can like loop my arm through your arms if we're walking somewhere. It's not to say that you have to like open my car door for me all the time and think, but that kind of stuff is appreciated. It's nice. You know what I mean? But holding my hand so that I feel secure, to know that you're there with me, putting your arm around me and stuff like that, like those kind of light things, I like those. And I actually get annoyed when I'm dating somebody and they don't do any of those things, or I have to tell them that they need to do those kind of things. I just feel like those are sort of written rules in dating, right? And it's true, like there's definitely levels to it. You know what I mean? But like if I'm feeling you, you'll know, like you'll get that vibe. And if you just don't pick up on that vibe and I have to like constantly tell you like these are the things that I like, I'd like if you did this, like it becomes more work, and then I feel like I'm dating myself, and then I just can't bother. Big and serious. Okay. Pet peeve dating number, that was 3. Pet peeve dating number 4. Oh my goodness. Somebody who talks non-stop. So like, you have moments where there should be comfortable silences between you and the other person. Where, okay, so for example, so for example, you're at a restaurant and you're eating, right? There doesn't have to be like a million seconds of conversation. There can be some comfortable silences. Or if you're sitting somewhere chilling, so say like you're at the beach, the sun is going down, you guys are chit-chatting or whatever the case may be, and you're just looking out at the water and just vibing, there doesn't have to be a million seconds of conversation, right? There should be like a lull where I can feel your energy and I can feel your vibe and allow you to feel my energy and feel my vibe. And we can just chill in the same space where it's a comfortable silence. People who have to talk nonstop when you're together with them send me crazy. Because what ends up happening is I just stop talking and I'm just listening to you. And you're going to get a whole lot of, like, it's going to be a whole lot of that because I just can't manage. There are obviously, times where it's an engaging conversation, but there are some moments where you can just chill and enjoy a comfortable silence. People who can't enjoy comfortable silences concern me. Jamaica is saying, let them find out by themselves. Doobie the Prince, I call that the robot mouth. Yeah, I can't deal with that. That's just way too much for me. I'm an observer. I like to listen to people and talk to people and hear what people have to say and give people an opportunity. And it's funny, I posted something the other day saying that, when you're in a room full of people, the person that you should be most paying attention to is the person who's saying the least. Because it's like the people who talk the most and the people who have all this bravado, like they're they usually don't have any sort of substance and depth to them. It's the people who usually stay quiet in a room, the ones who are observing, they're taking stock of everything. And those are usually the people that have stories. They've got depth to them. They've got something to tell you, something to teach you, something that they've seen, or something that they're just sort of stockpiling for later. Them, the people that, those are the people that I like. You know what I mean? You can have a conversation with them, but that you can also stand there in the same space with them, sip on your drink, and it's not weird and it's not awkward, right? Right, the observers. Jamaica 876, have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, that's I don't know, people who can't do comfort, or it's like if you're laying down and you guys are chilling and you're watching a movie and the person's constantly talking through the movie. Like, seriously, fam? Could you just shut up for 5 and 20 seconds? So that's my dating pet peeve number 4. Dating pet peeve number 5. People who try to live beyond their means to try to impress me. I'm just not that girl. I'm not with the flashy dashy. I'd rather that you just be real and be upfront with whatever it is and let me decide how I'm going to proceed than trying to like woo me with all of these things that are not actual real things. I've dated people with money and I've dated people who haven't had money. I've dated a couple of people who are relatively famous, and then I've dated people who are just regular Joe average. It's neither here or there to me. You know what I mean? Your money does not make you, it's your character and your personality. Because people feel like when they have money that you're supposed to be so impressed and so smitten by them. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Usually those people tend to be really self-centered and self-absorbed and want to talk about their money and how much they have, and I'm just not here for any of it. Do be the prince. Most of the time, the ones that do most of the talking, they really have no base with them. They have to create the emotional connection. You're absolutely right. And I couldn't have said it better, and I completely agree with you. Sometimes you have to be the quiet observer. You know, even if you're the person who's used to talking all the time. And it's really interesting because I have conversations with people where, you know, 20 minutes into the conversation, they haven't realized that I haven't said anything short of like my name and maybe like 1 or 2 things about myself, because they're so engrossed in talking, because they're so entrenched in talking about themselves. They don't realize that I haven't said a whole hell of a lot. That tells me a lot about the person. Those kind of exchanges are supposed to be exactly that. It's supposed to be an exchange where, you know, I'm learning about you, you're learning about me, where it's not just all about one person or the other. But then again, there needs to be those moments of comfortable silence where you just kind of vibe and it's okay. You know what I mean? You laugh a little bit, you joke a little bit, and that's it. Anyway, so the next dating pet peeve is, yeah, trying to impress me with your money and talking about all the things that you have and all those sort of frivolous monetary things. That's really irritating to me, and I'm just not here for it. Dating pet peeve number 5. Sorry, it disappeared for a minute, dropped my pen. People who they don't, I don't know how to say this, they don't date beneath themselves. Mr. Newman, how are you, AJ? I am well, thank you. How are you? Harjeet 9113. I don't accept chat requests from anybody that I don't know, so save yourself the headache, sweetheart. Don't request a video chat with me. We had somebody do that last week and he got shamed and embarrassed, so I don't think you want to go down that route. Try to go live with me, especially because I know what people's intentions are. It never ends nicely, and then I have to go crazy and go on full patois mode and embarrass people. I don't think that you want that. So save yourself the headache, embarrassment. Don't request a chat with me live, especially because you don't know me. Do be the prince. And if they only talk about their money, then honestly, what's left once the money is gone? Man, I say the same thing all the time. Money does not create substance. If you and I are dating, the only thing that you have to talk about is your money and your car, and talking about money more and about your house and all these things that you've acquired, I get bored really easily. Like, can we talk about a book? Can we talk about history? Can we talk about, you know, world events? Can we just laugh about some bullshit? You know, people who are uptight and take themselves too seriously, I can't deal with them, you know. I pride myself on being a highly intellectual person, but I'm also an ass. And I like to laugh, and I like to joke, and I like to run joke with people. I don't mind being teased. I like to tease people. You know what I mean? Just kind of like that fun sort of camaraderie type of way. I dated a man that I teased him, and he just like, he didn't know what to do about it. And he's like, oh, I don't like that you're teasing. He said, he used the word jeering. He's like, I don't like that you're jeering me. I'm like, what? He's like, oh, you just said something and you mocked me. It's like, I was just joking. But he took it to heart. And then it just causes weird, uncomfortable silence between us. Like, not the good kind of silence, but a weird, uncomfortable silence. And then I never talked to him again because it's like, you can't take yourself that seriously in life. Nothing is ever that serious, and life is entirely too short for that. Planet 85, my pet peeves would be those that don't mean what they say. You ask them what's wrong and they say nothing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that definitely, I don't know where that falls on my list of pet peeves when dating somebody or getting to know somebody, but yeah, that shit's really irritating. I'm an empath, and so I read people really well. So if I ask you if something's wrong, better you tell me, because if I have to read you and tell you what it is that's wrong, you're going to be embarrassed and we're going to end up fighting, and that's all there is to it. Dewey the Prince, love and life has more to it than what's right at face value. Laughter is life. Absolutely. People don't understand the secret to looking young is laughter. I tell people this all the time. Like, being able to laugh at yourself, being able to laugh at a circumstance. Sometimes, like, it's a crying laugh because, you know, like, it's a painful circumstance, but you have to think to yourself, it could be worse. It really could be worse. You know, when you think about a situation, like, if you haven't hit rock bottom where you're sitting in, like, when you're sitting if you haven't hit rock bottom, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? And even if you have hit rock bottom, the only place to go is up. Even if you have to sit there for a little while, the only place to go is up.